Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is exciting. I'm very excited because it's a Christmassy one, and I'm going to be sharing with you what I got my son for his Christmas. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Abigail. I have a son called Samuel. He is 2. He'll be 2 and about 3 months at Christmas. So yes, I'm going to share with you everything that I got him. This is a Montessori inspired gift guide essentially, because we follow Montessori at home. And if you haven't seen my videos from last year, I made 2 videos, one for babies and one for toddlers. I'll link them down below and at the end so you can go check that out. But that's got even more ideas of things that you can go and buy if you're into Montessori, and if you've got a child that's slightly younger, then those might be more helpful. But a lot of those things that I talked about in last year's gift guide, he uses a lot of them still, so that might be interesting for you if you've not seen those videos. Again, without further ado, let's just get into our very Christmassy video about what I got Samuel. I'll just kind of pick them up from the floor and I'll show you what I got him. So the first thing that I got him is this little Montessori set of, basically, they're little sea creatures. So it comes in a little bag like this. This is from an Etsy shop, which I will link. By the way, I'll link everything down below that I talk about today, so that you can go and check it out if you're looking for something for your child that I talk about. But it comes in that little bag, and it's an Etsy shop, and it comes with all these different, let's see if you can focus, all these different sea creatures. So there's like a seal here, there's like a little octopus, there's like a little penguin, like there's loads of different animals as you can see. And you get them, and then you also get these little laminated cards which have got all the matching animals on them. And the idea is, for the Montessori activity, is you find the card, so there's the sea turtle, and then you find the little animal. Where is the sea turtle? Oh, he fell over here. So you find the little sea turtle and you match them. And because this is not completely identical, like the picture doesn't exactly identical to that, it means that it's a little bit more challenging if you've got a child that's a little bit older. And yeah, I just want to give these to Samuel so that he can like learn the names of all the sea creatures, because he doesn't yet know them, and this will be more of like a 3D interesting way to learn them. So I got him that little thing. The next thing I got him was this little lock box. So last year, I think it was last year's Christmas, I asked my brother to get Samuel his little latches board, which I talk about literally constantly. He loves his little latches board so much, and he's done it so many times now. He loves it. So I thought I'd get this as like a little next step for him. This is basically a latches box. So as you can see, it opens, and all that's in here actually at the moment is a little lock. So for example, like this door comes with a little lock, and I'll put the lock on it and he can practice opening and closing the lock. If you haven't seen before these kind of things, it's just to teach them, it's going to fall apart. It's to teach them how the latches work, and it adds a bit more of an interesting element because you can hide things inside the little doors. So they have to work to open the door, and then you can put something inside the door, and then they have to find it. And Samuel will really enjoy putting things in here, taking things out of here. He'll really enjoy this, I think, because he really did like the latches board, and this is what I thought would be good for him. So yeah, these are not gonna like fall open because they're gonna have like locks and stuff on them, so it'll be more difficult. But yeah, really rate this. I think this was about £30. I'll link it down below. But if you've got a child that's really interested in like hiding things and like opening things, like my son is, then I think your child will probably really like that as well. Next up, I have this for him, and it is a little giraffe. So this is the brand Schley, I think it's pronounced, this little brand's name here. And he's got a bunch of these they're little plastic animals. He's got a bunch of these ones. He's got a set of wildlife animals, like a elephant and things like that. He's got a set of farm animals as well, like a sheep, things like that as well. But he's not got a giraffe, and he loves giraffes. So I'll show you up close. These are good for Montessori because they're very realistic. If I took this out, you'd even see like the little hooves are like accurate. So they're very realistic, and if you've got a child like mine who would just destroy a wooden toy, I feel like, really fast. Like if I got him wooden animals, which are more expensive, I think he would destroy them faster. So I think this is like really hard wearing. These animals that we've had before are really hard wearing. Samuel can throw them about if he wants, and they won't get broken, which is quite important for us because he is definitely a bit of a thrower. So I'd really recommend these animals. You can get obviously lots and lots of different kinds of animals. This is just the one that I got him because he's really interested in giraffes. And that's one thing I wanted to say as well. I really tried hard not to buy things for Samuel that I want him to have, not to buy things that I think would be cool and would be interesting, but to buy things I know that he'll be interested in and that line up with his interests. So classic Montessori, follow the child. I'm trying really, really hard to follow the child and follow what Samuel's interested in, and not something that I think, oh, that would be nice for him to have and really cool, because he might not be that interested in it. He might, but I'd rather spend money on things that I know are in line with his interests. So he likes giraffes, so I got him a little giraffe. The next thing I got him was this little set. Now, he's not massively into pretend play, but he is, he's getting there, I think. I think as a child gets older, they get more into pretend play. So I got him a little set of people. So he'll like these because they're kind of realistic. He's got little Lego people, but they're not as realistic, and these are bigger as well. So there's like a little grandpa, a little granny, and there's a little lady, I think that is. And then there's like a daddy, I guess. Is this going to show me? Daddy? A daddy, a little boy who can be him. There's a little girl. And then there's a little baby. And I think that'll be really good for him to like start acting out little scenes. They have little bendy, like they bend a little bit. So you can see that. They bend and they sit, and yeah, these weren't very expensive, and I think he'll start playing with them this year more, and like just interacting with them more, and interacting with like pretend play more. We are also having another baby this year, next year in February, so little baby and little Hickers can be like little Sammy. I think it'll be interesting to him because they're more realistic. Like I said, we've only got Lego people, and he likes his little Lego people, he likes to put them in his pocket, and he likes his little men. So if I've got like a whole bunch of these, I thought he might like that. Next up are some puzzle things. I found this secondhand ages ago, and I'm going to give it to him for Christmas because I think he's big enough for it and he'll be able to do it easily enough. It is a little puzzle, and it's got just little rectangles, and you just obviously take them all out and you have to match them in. Basic peg puzzle, and I think he'll be able to do this really easily, and it was really cheap at a charity shop. So yeah, very, very straightforward. Oops. And you can talk about like the different shades of blue, and like the heights, and like tall and short, and like increase the vocabulary that way. I also got him this puzzle. This came with a set of 2 others from Argos, and the other ones were a bit more simple, so I already gave them to him for like his birthday and stuff. But this one's a bit more complicated, I think, because it's got people. So it's got like a fireman and pirate and princess, etc. And I think this will be more difficult because the people, if you can see the shape of the people, is a lot more similar. Like this shape is really similar to this shape, and this shape is similar to this shape. So I think it'll be much more difficult for him to do, and it's definitely like more at his level now. I also got a few things from Aldi's. So Aldi's, I did a vlog where I showed you a bunch of the toys they had, wooden toys they have in Aldi's at the moment. Aldi's? Yeah, I think it's Aldi's. Or Lidl's. Maybe it's Lidl's. I will write down below if it's Aldi's or Lidl's. But I got a bunch of little things from them. So I got this little puzzle, a little elephant puzzle. And I got a similar one in an owl design. And then I got a train one. He loves trains at the moment, he's really into trains. So these were really, really cheap. They were like, each they were like £1 something, so super cheap. And I don't know if these are quite at his, if he's quite able to do these kind of things yet, but we shall find out. And if not, they're like a good thing for the future. I also got him this little thing. It's a little, it's called a shape sorter, but it's not really what I would say a shape sorter is. It's a little tray, and you have to put the little pieces in order. One thing I will say is I thought that the pieces, like the bottoms, were different sizes as well to make it like more difficult, so we couldn't get them in the wrong order. But I think they're the same size, so that's a bit annoying. But again, we'll talk about like the short to tall and like the different colours, so that'll be kind of like a puzzle for him that he can do with me. And I got him this, which is a sorting puzzle, and it's basically a slightly simpler version of one that I've seen on Amazon. So I'll link the Amazon one down below as well that I've seen, which is like all wooden. This has got little plastic bits, but it was really cheap, and I think it's slightly more simple because I think he's going to really find this quite difficult. So it's a little fish, and you basically, it's a stacking toy, but they've got little knobs here, so like you have to twist them round, and like it's much more difficult to put them on. So that's like a step up from his stacking toy, which he already has and can complete very, very easily. And the last thing I got from Lidl's was this, which is a musical marble tree. And it's basically a ball run. He has a couple of these. He's got like a click-clack track, like one of those ones that go tuk, 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 and he's got a ball run as well. This one is like a small, got little marbles in it, and you set it up and then it goes, makes a lovely noise all the way down. And I think he's gonna really find that quite interesting. Then I did get him this. He's got, it's a water doodle book. It's essentially one of those water wow type things. I got this from our Christian bookstore actually. So this isn't the brand that I usually would get, but it's a Noah's Ark version, so I like this. And it's basically, if you don't know, you fill it with a little pen with water, and then there's like a little sheet and you colour it. And as you colour it, the colours appear. So it's like already filled out like this, but it's like white. And then when you colour it, all these colours will appear. And it's a really mess-free, fun kind of activity. Especially good if you're on the go and taking your child with you. So that's really good. I'll link a bunch of the ones that you can get on Amazon down below, because you can get them really easily and really cheaply, and they're like a really fun activity for this age especially. The next thing I got a few books for Samuel because he loves books, and he really just loves books. So the books I got for him was this. This was like really cheap on deal. It's just a Hungry Caterpillar book. A book about hungry caterpillars, so everyone knows what that is. Then I got him this one, which is called Peek a Flap Dig. And it is what you would think. It's got loads of flaps in it. And it tells you basically about construction sites. You explore the construction sites and what's happening. And there's little information in it, and it just looks really nice. Who doesn't love a book with flaps in it? And it says learn about construction. Super chunky double flaps, so it's like nice and durable as well. I also got him this. This is going to be his like devotional for next year. We're going to do a very basic devotional for him because he has two, and it's called God and Me. Again, I got it from my local Christian bookshop, but again I'll link it down below if I can find it. And it says God and Me helps children discover more about God. What I liked about this is very Montessori to me, because inside it's got loads of pictures of children. And in each day you've got a little bit to read and a little bit to pray and a little bit to ask a question about. And like, basically, it just relates it back to the child's life. So let me shout. And then you're like dancing and talking about that. Things about animals, just things that are very like relatable. It's like very relatable to the child's life at that age, because he's 2 and he needs things to relate back to him to be able to understand them. It says a child-centered way of learning about God's love, and that's what I really liked about this. It really helps him to understand where he fits in a very basic way at the age of 2. So I'm really looking forward to doing that with him. It's very short, very easy, and I'm going to do that with him in the mornings as his like devotional. But yeah, I'm excited to use this one. Then I got him this. We found this in the charity shop. It's the Big Picture Book Outdoors. It's an Usborne book, and it's just one of these things that he loves. I don't love reading these because they're quite boring, I think, but he loves to just look at pictures. Like, he will look at these pictures for so long, and you can learn like lots of the names, and yeah. So you've got like that one's got the life cycle, and this one's got like the after dark. It's just really realistic, lovely pictures. He'll really love looking at that book. Oh, this is in my book pile. It's not really a book, it's a little colouring book that I bought him, because he likes to colour now. So colours and stickers in there. Then we got this one, Sweet Dreams, I Love You, it's called. Little Otter isn't ready for bed, but he wants to stay up and play. And then Mama is tired, so Otter tells her all about his magical sleepy time dreams. And it's a little book about otters. I Love You Just the Way You Are. This is about how you love your child no matter what they're like. I like that one. Then we've got My Daddy and Me. I'm going through these fast, I've got quite a few. And that's what this one looks like inside. Eva's Imagination. Eva is bored, so she sets out to find her imagination. And that's that. And then this one I really like. This one is like a new series that I found through another YouTube channel, and it's called the Usborne Look Inside Farm books. So Look Inside books is like a series, and then this one's the farm edition. And it's basically really lovely detailed books. They're very lovely, like illustrations. They're super realistic and detailed. It's things that Samuel absolutely loves. And all the pages, there's loads and loads of flaps. These ones haven't been even opened barely. Oh, and these are pretty affordable, by the way, as well. These are pretty affordable on Amazon. But like this one, for example, I think I showed you this before, or like similar. This one's got like this, and then it's got like a flap inside a flap. It's like so fascinating, and I feel like I'm gonna learn like loads from this book. Like I feel like this is gonna be a book that I'm gonna be like, I did not know that was how a farm worked. So yeah, I really rate this book. I think Samuel is gonna absolutely love it. Samuel loves to read, and who doesn't love books with flaps and like realistic looking books, which are very Montessori. Highly recommend trying one of these out and see if your child likes it if you don't have one already, because yeah, this is a nice one. Okay, the last thing I got, not Montessori at all. Just forget Montessori for like 30 seconds. I got him, I saw on Facebook Marketplace they had a bunch of little Peppa pigs for like £1 or £2 or something. And so I bought him some little plastic Peppa pigs, which I hate. I despise toys like this because they're like, they feel flimsy to me and like plasticky, and I don't really like them, but they're Peppa Pig and he likes Peppa Pig. So they might entertain him for a little while. And because they were so cheap, and like we'll get some use out of it, and we might not get a huge amount of use out of it, but it might entertain him for like a little bit. He might like it, so I got him these. But yeah, I will say that I would not go out and buy them new, because I looked at the ones in shop and they were the same as these, and these are just, they feel so flimsy. I expect them to be at least solid, and they're not, and they're very expensive new for what they are, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on Peppa Pigs. But we got them some because at the end of the day, if it's not Montessori to follow your child, then I don't know what is. But I will say, I'll link down below for you if your child is really into Peppa Pig and like role playing and stuff. I'll link down below some wooden versions of Peppa Pig you can get, because I saw them online the other day and they were really nice. They were little wooden Peppa Pigs with like a wooden boat or something. So I'll link that down below if you're more interested in Peppa Pig, but you're not wanting like the plastic versions like this. I'll link the other ones down below as well. I thought I would just include quickly as well a couple of other things that I know some people in my family are getting Samuel. He'll probably get a few more things that I'm not going to mention, but there's a couple of things that I specifically asked some people to get. And so the first thing that I think he's going to get from my friend is a little wooden rocket. So I'll put the picture here, you can see what it looks like. But essentially, it's a little puzzle, but like a 3D version of a puzzle. So I'm not quite 100% sure because I haven't got it to show, but I think you just take it apart and it's got like a shape sorting element to it, and it's like you put it back together. Samuel's gonna love this, I think, because at my mum's house he's got this little, it's like a little cat puzzle, but it's not for kids really. It's like it's kind of an adult cat puzzle, like ornament type thing, but he loves playing with that. So I thought this little rocket might be kind of nice, so I think my friend's gonna get him that. So that's like maybe a good one to check out if you wanna have another idea for like a puzzle, but like more of a 3D puzzle. Another thing which I've asked my aunt to get him is a kazoo, which is a little wooden instrument if you don't know. And the idea is he loves his instruments, but he doesn't have one like this, and I think he'll like it. So you basically talk, you don't talk into it, but you like go doo 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 into it rather than blow. So if you blow into it, it's not gonna make a noise, but if you go doo 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 or whatever into it, it'll make a nice noise. So I found like a nice wooden one. That's a good idea for someone who for a child likes making noise with instruments. And then the final thing I want to share with you from people that I know in my family are getting him so far is things for trains. So Samuel loves his little train set. If your child doesn't have a train set, then right there is a good gift idea for a 2-year-old, because my son really loves his train set. He's got a few of them, a few different tracks and stuff, but you can always buy accessories for train tracks. Like there's an endless amount of accessories for train sets. Like if you don't know what to get someone for their Christmas and your child, and you know their child has got a train set, then just get like random accessories for it. For example, a tunnel, where you can attach a tunnel and they can go through the tunnel. You can get a bridge. Sometimes these sets don't come with the best bridges, like the ones we have don't come with like the best bridges. They're quite hard for a 2-year-old to put together himself. So you can get like sturdier bridges. And you can get extra trains, because the little train sets come with only a few trains, and little kids want to make massive long trains, so you can get extra little trains and all different sizes, varieties, shapes. Like there's just so much choice. But I think my mum's getting him like a tunnel, a bridge, and maybe like some trains as well. And that's like another great idea to get a child if they've got a train set, or if they don't, you can get them a train set, like starter set. So yes, I'm going to like now play into my ending, because I kind of cut my, I've like inserted this bit because I completely forgot to say that. I've inserted this bit in the video, so like let's move on to the ending. Okay, I think that's all we got Samuel for his Christmas this year. I'd like to know what you guys got your children for Christmas, or if you don't know where you're getting them, or just your thoughts around Christmas presents in general. And I hope this was helpful to you if you're looking for some presents this week, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.